Jesus. Oh, I grabbed my book. I was too tired yesterday to come on live. Too tired. I thought I was gonna take a nap and get back up. That did not happen. Went to take a nap and was out like a light. I need to working on my project, my home project. Let me go grab my book. I'm so confused. All right, here I come. Got it. I got it. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? Y'all ex? How are y'all? Hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is doing well. Doing your healing, your inner child work. Hope everybody is doing that work on it. Take your time. Be patient with yourself. Be patient and be kind with yourself. We're almost to the full moon. Y'all hit that like button, hit the like, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Hello. Oh, let me turn this. How y'all doing? Hello. So we just gonna get to talking about what we have been brushing up on. Whew. I got a download yesterday. Simply because thank you for the like. Simply because of what was going on in 2000, was it 2001? between 2000 and 2001. Yeah, it was at the end the last few months of 2020 to 2021. Oh yeah, I know. I'm definitely ignoring the person. I didn't even see that they put stop talking. I stopped looking at their comments at bruh. So thank you, love. Thank you, Cree K. But yeah, y'all is silly. Hello, hi Ortiz. I want to say from was it August, October, October, September. So I want to say September, no, October, November, December. So November, December, sometime of 2020. If you guys go look back at my readings before then, look, and I told you I I sold a guy named William Johnston. Um, but at the end of 2020, there was a lot of events going on. 2019, there was a lot going on. 2020 and 2020 past then, it's been a lot going on, right? So the download I was getting was the readings that I had pretty much previewed around that time, um, saying that, a lot of the energies that were working in the background, a lot of people that were after me, pretty much. And unfortunately, these two little boys that came up missing, it was a lot going on. Um, I was fighting for my children. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for the compliment, Miss Ortiz. Or I'm not sure you girl got, but thank you guys. So thank you guys for the compliment. Thank you guys for the likes. So there's a lot going on. I was fighting for my children, and I was trying to get to know people on YouTube. It was a lot going on. I was new to YouTube, and I was on my healing journey doing self care. So I did a lot of face masks and stuff like that, or just doing my makeup. Um, I was just doing a lot of those things. I was learning about self care and protection as well, for a lot of things that I was going through. So it's amazing, what you have to learn on the fly, meaning, last minute, unprepared, unexpected. You know, I had to move a lot by myself, and it was just me and my children. So we did. And in the midst of this time, I was watching different tarot readers, and sometimes they can pick up on the energy just intuitively, just like by channeling, which is just regular talking and picking up on energies and talking about it, or using tarot cards to help explain what it is that they're picking up on, right? And of course, we do like collective readings. We pick up on a lot of different people's energies and different events that are going on in the world, period. So, hey, Bond. What's up, Bond? So, a lot of people pick up on a lot of different. Hi, Kenzie. A lot of people pick up on a lot of different energies. I was too at the time, but a lot of my readings were on Facebook. So God had told me after that point, start putting your messages on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. You are beautiful as well. Thank you guys for tapping in. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate it. A lot of people, you know, I was picking up on all kind of energies. I was going through my own thing, and I really had to learn how to be by myself, right? To love myself, to really be in tune with myself, to have a relationship with God. It was a journey, because you can be alone, but you can also be alone and not communicating with God. You know what I mean? So using that time productively can be very important. And I get overexerted really, really quickly and really easily. Um, just being with around a lot of people, because I pick up on the energy so easily. It just innately, really, I'm just intuitive. Oh, you have? I think it's been a little bit since I've seen you, but thank you for returning. I appreciate that. And it was just a lot I was going through. Was going through a lot of emotions, a lot of healing, a lot of detaching, um, a lot of self love and self care. And I'm still going through that process, but I'm at a different level from those years ago now. But I said that to say this: in 2001, and I still haven't posted this picture of, I don't think so, of this bodyguard that was one of Diddy's bodyguards. But one of the guys I had ran into in Atlanta, Georgia, looked like this guy, but he was an older gentleman, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. Y'all, it's a heavy energy for me, because I've been through so much. Um, but needless to say, the the channels that I was watching, the YouTube channels that I was watching, sometimes I would get overstimulated or whatever from going to work and being at where I was. Well, technically, I was living in my car right at the time, and sometimes when the energy is too much for you, or when it no longer resonates, you switch readers. You can do that. Anybody can do that anytime. That's why we say, hey, you don't have to be on the channel. You don't have to agree with anything that we say. It may not resonate with you. It may resonate with somebody else. But also know that the wisdom and the knowledge of somebody else's experience can also help you through life. So it's not always doesn't have to be a judgmental thing. It can be just a learned experience without having to have that experience as well. It's like being knowledgeable and aware of different situations, and being able to recognize it without having to be in it. You can help somebody else, and definitely help yourself, out of those situations. And a lot who was resonating with me at the time was Thesis. Now, a lot of me, go check out her channel. What's the Thesis? She's a tarot reader. She's very, very accurate. I never got a personal reading, but it helped save my life, you know. And y'all, I can't say how much I am in appreciation of her channel, not only her channel, but many of others, right? Um, and it's an intuitive thing. It's with who you resonate with on the energetic level. Mind you, we have different types of life. She's she's gay, she's openly gay, she's into women. I'm not, and it's nothing wrong with that. But I resonate with her on a energetic level. Well, she picked up on my energy throughout some of her reads. So I was able to protect myself and know and be aware of what was going on in the background for what I couldn't see with my physical. Particular of what I'm referring to is Controller by Drake. Controller, Controller by Drake. And this download I got yesterday. And it came back to my remembrance. And, when Spirit is talking to you, you will have different type of things. They, will show you and will remind you of certain events that happen along different timelines. So when I say I'm shook, I am shook. I am shook. I'm having chills right now. I'm shook. For people to not understand how your relationship is so important with God, to be in tune with your number one player, to move without the physical knowledge, the science knowledge of, the facts, the concrete, something you could touch, feel, hear, see. At that time, what they call superstition, right? Things that you can't see, but you're aware that the energy is there. That's why energy generally, it never dies, and only transfers. So ultimately, these people in lower vibration or whatever, and higher vibration, the energy was able to be picked up on, right? And mind you, like I said, 2 little boys came up missing, so that was something that was very important to me. And at the time, I was not aware until months later, down the line. But whew, Atlanta, Georgia, 2020 to 2021. I'm gonna stay getting money. Yeah. No. So E40. E40 has been a song that has been coming up in my intuitiveness and what songs I have been picking up on. And I'm just like, my stomach is tossing and turning right now. I'm getting like very nervous, very anxious. And it's just kind of crazy because God gives me the information, boy, Jesus, Lord have mercy, that a lot of people are scared to speak up on. And I'm actually nervous right now to talk about it. And I think I just did a live day before yesterday about this. So y'all gonna have to line it up where it lines up now. I gave y'all most of the information. But for a lot of this stuff to be going down, a lot of it to involve, innocent people, don't want to cause people harm, like me, I don't want to cause anybody harm. I would rather prefer people to like just leave me alone, honestly. I'm not a violent person, but I will defend myself, pretty damn transparent and honest. But this energy is making me nervous, especially with the dream that I had last night. Now, I wanted to talk about the dream that I had about Beyonce and Jay-Z. I had a dream about them a few years ago. This was after 2020 and after 2021. I was holding a baby and I said, oh shit, that makes sense now. And, you know, twins, they are one soul split into two different bodies. I was holding this baby. I was gonna like trying to show her the baby. And then she was like really dismissive. And Jay-Z was just sitting there and he didn't say anything. And I was like, what the hell is that about? Right? And I kind of tried to present the baby to her. And like I said, she was just like, whatever, and like kind of walked off, right? I was like, damn. And as I was sitting back down, the baby's head hit the table. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I started panicking. For it to come out now that her twins have, you know, some type of autism, I was like, oh, spiritually meaning the children had brain problems, you know, whether it been oxygen or stress or whatever the case may have been. And she did end up going to the hospital sometime within the past few years or whatever, sometime after her having the children. And then, you know, however she has her children at the hospital was, you know, how it was done. So it's it's coming out and it's making sense now. And I was like, damn, I didn't understand it to be that exactly because she did have twins by then, but nobody knew, right? Nobody knew that they had like a learning disability or something, right? Or autism, whatever type of autism, because there's a whole spectrum, different spectrums of autism. Um, so with everything being done, like I was saying before, what happens in the dark will come to the light. And with these different energies coming out, whether it be their sun sign, meaning whatever Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, Leo, you know, Aries, Aquarius, whatever, what other birth sign, and then you know you have your sun sign, you have your moon sign, you have the different houses, you have your rising, you have your south node, your north node. There's all kind of different placement for all of these things for to be a different placement in our birth charts, and for the energies to come out the way that they have been over the past couple of years, and how God said he was gonna be breaking up these fake couples, etc. And that whoever didn't get in alignment for their assignment, you know, it was gonna be what it is, right? And then didn't nobody know, well, I didn't know, I'm gonna say that for me personally. I didn't know that Kai Cenat was neighbors with P. Diddy. And he's also a Scorpio. Drake's also a Scorpio. Y'all. And dump truck to be in doing what he is doing. When I say this is huge, it's as big. I don't know how else this is going to come out for what already has come out, but I will dive into this like camera because it's sensitive for me. And how I feel about people's safety and children and stuff like that. I just know that Dump Truck is using rappers and stuff like that to do his dirty dealings. And it's a damn shame for all the businesses and corporations that he's tied to behind the scenes. If y'all don't understand, he's tied to more than fucking over at least 10, probably 100 by now, different corporations alone that he offered. It's just a whole business. I came across this business in 2000, around, I want to say 2015, 2016. So this is different tidbits of energies and information I've been picking up along this time. Not on purpose, but just so happened. And nothing is just so happened or by coincidence. Nothing happens by coincidence. And we are just pretty much, we're here to help each other put the pieces of the puzzle together for everyone's life, and hoping that they take the time out and want to heal and take the time out to just do so. Either they're going to do it or they're not. We can't make nobody do shit. We can't. It can't be forced. God gave everybody free will. So if God gave everybody free will, just know that that's just what it is. The devil can't take it. The devil, you have to want to be this way. You have to be either one be healed or just unhealed and toxic. And I can tell you one thing that I know about my ex CEO, computer fucking hacker genius. Sagittarius can be great actors. Great actors. And when nobody's there, if they're unhealed, like for somebody that really knows them, knows how much they can really break down and cry or just be fucking heartless as fuck. And for me, for me to know the energies that I have known is just people, these energies jump bodies, and whoever wants to be used can be used. And that's where it gets tricky, is because if you don't know somebody's true intent, right, they can be used. Whew, unknowingly or knowingly, for different events, different things that happen, unfortunately. And all we can do is be helpful reminders and, the aspiration, the influence of something better to come, And it's nothing, and it's hard because you can't explain jealousy, you can't explain hate, you can't explain those type of things, and all you can really do is protect yourself from them. You can't expect other people to understand what that is for you or what that really looks like, because people shapeshift. Like they can act one way towards you and then act a totally different way to someone else. And that can leave you open and susceptible to whatever may happen. And if you don't have people there to back you up, to know that your intentions are well and be okay for you to protect yourself and or heal yourself, it can be pretty much a dangerous situation. Even though it may seem dismissive and passive, it can pretty much be a dangerous situation in which we're finding out how much so that this is things that really go on in Hollywood and in churches, in daycares. And then people try to act like, oh, well, this is nothing wrong. It's nothing happening. They try to act like, it's fucking crazy. They do this to everyday regular people. They do it to children with autism. Like there's a couple, a family that I watch. One of their child. They have a child that has autism. Like and she was abused at school. And no accountability for the school, whatever. And these are things that we deal with. And that was another thing that God said. These people in power, abusing their power, that have all this money, that want to continuously do this thing and then, sweep shit under the rug as if it didn't happen. That's injustice. No matter how anybody may look at it, it's an injustice. And for me, for somebody to just want to mind their business and do what they gotta do and just, exist, we can't really just do that. We have to do more than exist. We have to really just thrive in what we do. And this is what I do. Y'all don't know how many nights I cried, bro. Because I wanted the truth. I wanted to expose the truth. I wanted to know the truth. I just said, fuck it. Because, like, bro, how much pain and hurt can you really put one through? A lot. And all you can really do is be a comfort and a cushion to help somebody else not go through the same thing. Like right now, Dump Truck is attacking Beyonce, right? He's saying something about she should be in some type of investigator. He's attacking Barack Obama. Oh, they should. It's right now, and this is how they play. And he know how fucking wrong he is to be a part of child trafficking and setting people up and using the DEA, the CIA, and ICE, and who the fuck ever else, the FBI, the way that he is unlawful. It is violating our right of speech. It is abusing and attacking and leaving children in harm's way. Also, other people, their inner child as well, making new wounds, triggering old wounds. And, unfortunately, this is something that we all have to go through in order to get through it, to heal. It's kind of like the past coming back to bite you in your ass in some type of way. So we have to learn how to take these lessons with the blessings and fucking make that shit worthwhile. And this is why we do it. Whether it may cause us death or not, we're trying to bring life and healing into this world. And that's what they don't want us to do. That's why they rather distract us so they can continue to play like this is a playground and this is something that they just want to do. They gave us a light depiction of that in Space Jam, the movie Space Jam, and even the newest one, the old one and the newest one. Of how they're mean, manipulative, murderous beings behind the scene while they cause chaos and want us to fight and argue amongst each other while we don't hold them accountable as much as we hold others accountable. Everybody must be held accountable at some point in time. And at this point in time, even in my own personal life, I'm getting some justice. And quite honestly, nobody wants to go through a double jeopardy. I'll put it like that. And for people to be dismissive of um, others being put through double jeopardy or stalked or, antagonized in these many and plenty of different ways is why I feel like it's important to help others protect themselves, learn how to be sustainable in that because you have to really be able to break these energies down and up to stay protected once it gets to a certain point. And right now it's at its precipice of a breaking point of being no longer. There are y'all have to understand that there's key players in this, and it's not easy. We get on here, we make this shit look easy. Um, I really got people that are jealous of me. They are jealous of a struggle that they don't even understand. That would break them mentally, emotionally, and physically, break their ass down like it's nothing. You have people, and those are the bullies, right? A lot of them are the bullies, the ones that cannot take the mental of it. They just want to pay the money to make it go away because it's a privilege not to actually sit there and deal and heal through and go through the process, the due process. While people that really don't deserve the due process of having to go through certain things, but we still take that shit, we eat it up, and we still make beautiful gold out of it for other people to have. And that's the whole point. It's crazy how people have framed me in my own family, which it didn't come to a surprise to me because of who did it. It came to me more a surprise who bit and ate on that shit. Like, But it just lets you know who really knows you and who doesn't. Because the people that really know your heart, they'll love you regardless. They'll be there for you regardless. I just learned, like, I've been learned, but it's unfortunate that we have to wait till we get older to learn just how fucked up the world is, how cruel, how heartless the world truly is until we get older. I hate it. I was being tortured throughout grace. My parents loved me enough that I didn't really want for nothing but love. Didn't really show me how to love myself. One of my sisters really, she took the time out to the only sister that I would probably, ever talk to in life again. Bro. But outside of that, like hygiene and stuff, she had to teach me about hygiene and stuff like that. But outside of that, it's when it comes to like spiritual hygiene, it's a whole nother thing. And growing up in a religious home is that's major, that's huge, that's considered to be weird, unworldly, but it's not. It actually saved my fucking life. It helped me to fight without fighting. I chose to do it not out of malice, but out of love. A lot of people choose when they come across it, they choose to do it out of malice. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for the likes, share, subscribe. Thank you guys in the comments. A lot of people choose to do the shit out of malice because they're so bitter, so hurt, and so betrayed, right? And this is where you get the difference between somebody that takes accountability and just eats the whole thing for what's their accountability and what's not, and for the person that just say fuck it all. I don't know who this is. Hold on, y'all. Hello? Hi. I know that's why I said, dang, I woke you up. I said, now let me call me back when you wake up. Well, I just wanted to talk to you, but can I call you back in about 10 minutes? Oh, okay. You was over there partying, huh? Okay. That's what's up. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Later. So, yeah. It's not easy. It's fucking hard. And for the people that are impulsive and hold on to bitterness, anger, and that leaves you open for possession as well. So dark entities can use that person, you know, to do dark work. And then that's where you get the difference between light worker and dark worker. And people like me, I do light work. I do it out of love, even though there's hate. Like, ugh, Because energy never dies; it only transfer. So when you take hate and you transmute it into love, and you just transmute it, period, and make it something beautiful, whether that be forgiveness and moving forward into something, new, it it you help your generational lineage so much. You help your children so much. Like I'm helping my children, even though we're not together. I'm helping them in so many ways because, whew, mother's love never quits. If anybody knows how that feels, then y'all know what I'm talking about. So you have to have that type of love to be with people. A lot of masculines, y'all gonna have to learn how to get into that energy and also stay, with discernment to keep healthy boundaries. And then for y'all who will get into relationship with feminists like me, y'all will have to learn how she gonna need so many emotional breaks sometimes from channeling different energies, from picking up on different energies, from different energies coming to her and needing help to be transmuted because somebody decided that they wanted to go into school and plow it up today, or somebody decided they want to take a car and plow it into a crowd. Like there's so many different people, like, and I believe there's enough of us for people to handle that. uh, I'm pretty sure I do on some level help with that. I just help on a more preventative measure sometimes. And sometimes I know I occasionally run into people or people that have unalive people and then they get their karma. It all depends. The energies are so affluent and transparent that, we never know what people do sometimes in the background in their life. And I was picking that up with a guy that was sent to me. He was sent to unalive me. The scary thing is when people act normal and they're fucking not normal, but you can smell death on them. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember that. I remember it. Ah, I want to remember it. But that's how it is. Because the people that they have unalived are still on them, they're on their ass. It's like, what is that movie called? It's like, it's not Boys in the Hood. Tales from the Hood. Like in Tales from the Hood, right? Tales in the Hood was this convict. He wouldn't stop and or something like that, and they put him in a prison. They had his eyes open or something like that, and he was having flashbacks, and they showed him all the people that he had unalive, and it'd be like that for real. That's the best description I can give y'all to go look up Tales in the Hood, and yeah, it'd be like that. The unrested spirits, spirits that were done wrong. So y'all will learn to have more patience, not only just with yourself, but with others as well. I try to God, I try so hard, but I'm sick and tired of pretty much people taking advantage and overstepping my boundaries. When I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. how much more? Like I can't. And it's just really sad that people don't give a fuck about children's lives for one, any life for that matter. Because we all have inner child that we just really need to get back to it and heal it and just be able to live that every day. When we're able to live that every day, it's just less stressful. And then, when we're able to switch back into an energy of, okay, well, we, back to business or something, we got to handle this business. To let that inner child out, to be able to come out and play and to be comfortable is very important to everybody's lives. Everybody should be able to have it. If y'all go back to my videos that I pre-recorded, and not even, I don't even know, some of them was pre-recorded, some of them what, I don't even remember at this point. But they're on my YouTube channel, either this one or my other one, Real Spiritual Bosses Help and Real Spiritual Bosses. So you guys can see my journey from there, and I just kind of feel y'all, what was going on in the background, and as to, you know, but everything will, everything else, I will let y'all know what's going on. Thank you guys for the like, share, subscribe. I will let y'all know what's going on in the future. Uh, Probably about 6, 7, 8 months. What's going on? Because don't think that things like this happen overnight, especially for, say, you get away from a toxic situation and for it to be revealed. At times, it takes years, and we want it to happen like that. But like I explained, um, a year in the spiritual realm is a month here. So it's important to take the healing first as the pill is supposed to last. Get out of the same dangerous situation in any means necessary in which way you can, and let God work the rest out because God is working it out. And I promise you, I ain't lied about shit on this channel. If it was for my own protection, there's no lying. But I swear to God, yeah, it's a lot of information. So I wish you guys great healing and prosperous love in life and protection over your families and your loved ones, your babies. I'm so happy for the people that do have like a support system. I'm happy for them people. Like, and I think a lot of them people, like, they don't understand how someone like me, like, I'm very much so homebody to myself. They don't understand how I have to be every fucking person in my family and me in the right way. In the fucking right way. And I'm my own support system in so many ways. Yes, I do have very few people that support me in different ways in which I need support. And then everything else is purely me. It's me. It's all me. So I think, and I know I've said this plenty of times, grace has to be given to a lot of people. We need to give people more grace, more forgiveness, more healing efforts, words, affirmations, admirations. We have to be that grace in this world because if we're not, you know, why not help somebody else go through and get a beautiful life? We're all learning. I just hope it's all works out. It will. We just gotta be. I know it is. Just a little bit nervous. Just a little bit nervous. Cause like I said, that reading I did in my car with all the fucking cards I had. Oh my God. God probably wanted to come out then. Is the reason why. But y'all, I'm telling you, we really need to give each other some more patience and respect. And I think patience, love, and respect and trust all go hand in hand, all one and the same. And we have to teach that, we have to be that. And of course, with perfect boundaries, like, grow your boundaries, know your boundaries. Don't overextend, you know what I mean? Don't overexhaust yourself, but definitely give grace. That opens up for opportunity for another person that may be in a hurt space to heal, and maybe they'll be patient enough and take that time and heal for themselves. I grant you, I just sometimes I bleed like alone. Sad, 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 sad. And it's a good thing too. It's not all sad. It's just the realizations that people get to have with having more grace and patience as to being impulsive and controlling. Like that Capricorn government energy, that just the toxic side of it, it has to go. You gotta be transmuted, but if many, more people are not working on it on the regular, it just makes it more hard. And then some, like we know, some events have to happen just for things to play out because everybody has free will. So let's get it together. Because we all getting it together. I'm working on me. And just keep working on you. And don't give up. I mean it. Don't fucking give up. Damn it. Giving up is easy. Anybody can give up. Anybody can give up. I could have gave up. I could have gave up 2015 or 2012. I could have gave up so many times, so many times. They just done tortured my poor little soul. I just done healed through a lot of the shit. Just done healed through a lot of it. You name it, I just about that shit or experience it or know somebody that has experienced it. Forgiveness is a real thing. Healing is a real thing, and give it to yourself and give somebody else the opportunity to give it to themselves. That's what we hoping for. So we betting on. I can see change, but it's just like we all get tired. Take your fucking break. Come back and do it again. Get back up again. Princess Poppy. Outro. Ooh. That'd be great. Love thyself. You are great.